When things are really good, your feelings are very strong in a positive or maybe constructive way, right? Because I don't want sometimes like to use like, oh, it's negative and things like that, where you're learning from your emotions and they're very strong. Like, I really love this person. I really care about this person. And then let's say, for example, towards an end of the relationship, when you realize that it's coming to an end, sometimes those emotions get replaced with something else. Some people get more upset, they get more irritated, more anxiety, more depression, more frustration. So it's emotions that can lead to not so beneficial behavior. So when it finally ends, all they can remember is that last couple months, but
Mm.
they don't remember the 10 years, the 12 years where it was really good. Do you see that in yourself as well as maybe some of the people that you worked with?
What I find an interesting pattern within men going through this recently, some of my clients, where they are not necessarily the ones choosing the divorce. And they're having this conflict of intense emotions where on one hand, they still have a lot of love left for their, ex. And on the other hand, they're having all this pain that's coming really from the decisions of their ex towards them, this rejection, this abandonment. And so they have this like weird concoction going on inside them that leaves them exceptionally confused. Because on one hand, they have these positive feelings still, they have this love that's like wants to connect. And then this other hand, they've got all this pain that they're experiencing from this person who they want to connect to. And so it's this really interesting quagmire of emotions that leaves them thoroughly confused and thinking that like, am I crazy? Like, am I going crazy here? Like, how can I feel these opposite emotions at the same time? And I think that it's something we're not necessarily well versed in that, yeah, as a human being, we're really complicated. And we have the ability to have opposite emotions going at the same time. And we're not crazy, and it's nothing unusual. It's quite a regular, the idea of a bittersweet emotion. Bittersweet means that like there's sweetness here, but there's also bitter, right? At the same time, happening at the same time. And so re being able to feel both those things independently and say, hey, I'm allowed to feel this. I'm allowed to feel that. It makes sense. And I'm gonna move on eventually. But right now I'm allowed to feel all those feelings. Having permission to allow ourselves that compassion to feel what we feel. It's something that sounds so obvious when you hear it, but we don't often allow ourselves to feel our own feelings. We kind of, no, I shouldn't be feeling that. No, I don't want to feel that. That's too hard to feel, whatever it may be. But just making space for those emotions, that's a big part of the work that I do, is allowing people to have space inside of themselves just to allow their emotions to exist.
Why do you think then some men struggle with that peace?
Which piece particular, letting go of the person that they used to love?
Yeah, letting go of the person they used to love, and well, I'll give you well both. Let's say, for example, letting go of the person they used to love and maybe moving forward after these mixed emotions that maybe they're experiencing two different sets at the same time.
Yeah, why do men have a hard time? I think there's a couple of points here. Uh, One of the things I see most common with men is they think like, if only I could be a better person, like this is the thought process. If only I could act better or perform better or do something better, they'll want me back. Like that's a story that goes on in a lot of men's brains, that they've been programmed from the youngest age that their good behavior, so to speak, will fix all problems. Right? Oh, you're such a good boy, right? Oh, oh, don't be bad boy, right? Whatever it may be, that paradigm says, oh, I can change people's opinion of me if I just do better. It's a really unhealthy headspace. It's been, you know, trained into us from a young age, but it leaves them thinking, oh, you know why she's leaving me? Because I didn't make enough money, or because I wasn't, uh, you know, uh, big enough or buff enough, or whatever, you fill in the blank of what you think it is. And that's often not the case. That's not like there's not like if only I would have done this, it would have been better. Often once it's got to this point, especially with a long-term relationship, there's many, many things that have gone off that are just it's not there. There's nothing you can do to change that. And allowing yourself to realize, oh, this is lost. This is a loss now. I can't get this back. I want to get it back, but I can't get it back. Once you accept that reality, then you've got the ability to let go. Until you accept reality for what it is, you're still trying to change reality. And so you're like, well, if only I can do this and then I can still get her back. No, it's over. You have to accept it as over. There's not gonna be one of these parent trap movies where, the daughters, meet and make you have spend time together in an elevator and everything happens nice. No, it's over. Once you've gotten to the point, obviously, before you've gotten to the point where a decision has been made, then yeah, sure, there's what to talk about, you know? But once a decision has been made, the divorce is happening. Now it's like, okay, you need to accept this, feel whatever it is you're feeling right now, grieve, be sad, like allow yourself to be really, really sad, and then you can move on, and let go of all those attachments.